Thank you so much for your insightful workshop. You gave a thorough overview of what grant writing is all about from beginning to end. You're so intriguing and keep the energy up. I never would have thought that I could have sat through 2 full days of a workshop regarding grant writing, but I would do it all over again tomorrow. So thank you for your inspiration and your coaching and guidance, and I feel geared to go and set to raise the funding needed to inspire others towards giving back to our communities. So thank you for that.
This has been the most amazing.
Hello, my friends. Thank you for coming to hang out with me on today. I appreciate you, and I'm so glad that you're here. Nicole, thank you for joining me from Tennessee. Who else do we have hanging out with us today? Who else is hanging out? I want to know where you're coming from. Please hit that chat right now and let me know where you are hanging out, because I want to interact with you. I'm coming to you live today because I've got some special stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you that's going to help you to do a more effective job in your grant writing. That's why you're here, right? You want to know how to get that money. We're going to pull some of that money off that money tree. And you right now are with me live from what I call Get Funded Land, where we're going to help you to get funded. Now, I got some more people over here. You haven't told me where you're at right now, and I'm waiting because I want to know where you're coming from so we can start our conversation today. I've got a lot of cool things that I'm going to be sharing with you. Some cool things, because this whole grant thing is getting easier. There's my friend. All right. Hey, Deborah. Glad that you could join me again, all the way from Albuquerque. Great grant writer in development out there with a Scribe consultant. I'm so proud of what she's been doing. In fact, just know that I'm going to be bringing Deborah on, and we're going to be having a time where you're going to get a chance to hear her story. And a wonderful lady out in Albuquerque doing grant writing. Thank you for joining me on today. Who else do we have over here hanging out? Because I got some more good stuff that's getting ready to come your way real soon. In fact, today I'm going to give you a pathway for those of you who want to become grant writers. I'm going to show you how to do that. And I want to thank Anna. Anna, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here today. And thank you for taking some time. I see, is that Marquetta Williams in Columbus, Ohio? How are things up in Ohio today? Is it cold up there? I hope you're keeping warm up there, okay? I'm glad that you're here. We're going to have a good time. And I'm so excited. Yesterday, we had a fabulous time as we were dealing with and learning about becoming an all-star, a high-performance all-star grant writer. Deborah, did we have a good time, or did we have a good time? Well, you let them know just in the comments right below. And it looks like Crystal is hanging out with us on the day. So thank you, Crystal, for joining us on the day. We're going to have a good time because I'm going to be sharing with you how grant writing is getting easier and easier than ever before. And I'm going to have a very special training where I'm going to go in depth. I'm going to be sharing with you some of the latest changes in technology that's making it so much easier. And if you've ever wanted to be a grant writer, I've been doing grant writing since like 2001. Okay. I had a hairline when I first started. You see that skull, right? Okay. Now, since 2001, I've been writing grants. And when I first started, it was not as easy as it is now. Now it has become so easy. And let me clarify this. It's still work. You have to learn the process. You have to learn how to do things the right way. You've got to have structure. But besides that, it has become infinitely much more easier because technology has come along. I'm just going to give you one example for now, and then I'll share some more in-depth information with you when we get ready to have what I call our open house. I'm going to be having an open house. And yes, you are invited. In fact, you can bring your friend. Okay. In fact, I want you to come and I want you to listen, bring your own food. Okay. Because it's not going to be any, I can't give you virtual food, can I? Okay. So I want you to bring your own food. But besides that, we're going to have a good time. And I'm going to be sharing in depth with you some of the changes that are taking place that's making grant writing easier so that you can actually do this thing. How many of you are, I know some of you are already grant writing. Some of you are wanting to do grant writing. Some of you I know are wanting to break into the grant writing business. Some of you are trying to get a grant writing job. In fact, let me reach in there and get that book right there. Yeah, that book right there will help you learn how to get a job in grant writing. I know you're trying to do these different things, but do me a favor real quickly. Let me know right now. Are you already in grant writing? Are you new? Where are you? Just let me know in the right-hand column right now. I want to know, Anna from Houston. How are things in Houston? Okay. How are things in H-Town? I want to know. So let me know real quickly right in that section where you're at. Have you already started? Maybe you have a business or you're a freelancer. Are you wanting to get started? Let me know right now. I want to know because I'm going to be telling you about these changes that are rapidly happening. And some of you are already familiar with some of the advances in technologies that has already made it easier. Because, you know, when I first started, just to get information about what grants were available, you had to go to like the library and you had to get these big books and flip through them just to find out which opportunities were available. And technology has made it so that we can access that information right from the comfort of our homes and be able to get more information more succinctly so we know which opportunities are out there that are a good fit for us and which ones are not. I'm still waiting to find out how many of you have already started writing grants and how many of you are new. Some of you haven't told me yet. I want to know. So let me know, okay? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Anna. I'm waiting for Deborah. I'm waiting for Nicole. I'm waiting for Envision, Makita. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. And Crystal, okay? So I want to know. So let me know. So here's the thing. That's just one thing. Some of you are already using software programs, and these programs are already helping you to do things like correct spelling and rearrange sentence structure, rephrasing things. So it's almost like you almost don't need these days a proofreader. You do still want to get some other eyes on your proposal, but it's almost like you don't need that person. I actually feel like I almost fired the person who was doing my editing, because between this software now, I'm getting all this editing done, and it's a lot cooler and a lot easier on that end. So that's been really cool. Now let's take a look here. I see Nicole says that you want to write your own, you want to do my own business. Okay, so that I can learn how. Okay, great. You never wrote one before. Thank you for being here, Nicole. Glad to have you. And I know Miss Deborah is doing some grant writing around there. Crystal, what about you? Okay, let me know, Anna. I want to know. Okay, so here's the other thing, guys. The other thing is, in addition to those two things I just told you about, there's some other advances that are really cool, and things are of such where you're able to crank out proposals so much more quickly, because with the use of AI technology, some of it's writing for you. You just got to have the structure though, and have to know programmatically what you're doing, and you got to know how to fit that into the context of what a grant is supposed to look like. But with that in mind, when you couple and marry the two together, wow, you can make magic happen quickly. And that's the cool thing. For those of you who are looking to do this as a business, it's also a great time to be looking at this industry. Now, there are a lot of cool industries, and you know that when we had COVID, that it sped up what was already happening. What was already happening was more people were working as freelancers and working remote. COVID hit, it sped that up, and it increased the number of people who had to work remotely. Now, it's slowly going back where people are going into office, but guess what happened? As a result, there was a big opening now where a lot of people were more open to having freelance workers and remote workers work from wherever. So if you're thinking about doing this as a career in writing, and you really like to write and you're good at research and writing and developing proposals, it may be a great option for you to really help you out in that regard. Now, let's see here. I got Ella. Thank you for joining me, Ella. Entertainment grant writing for nonprofits. Great. That's awesome. And I got MK. Thank you for joining us, MK. And I see you want to write. I see we got, okay, good. Thank you for those comments that we have. Now, I'm going to share with you in terms of it. Now you can use this skill of grant writing. And since you don't have to have clients that are in your own backyard, now because of the internet, technology, YouTube, social media, the world, literally the world, anybody that speaks your language, of course, becomes a potential client for you. And think about it. Here we are on a Saturday. I just knocked on your door, and in less than a few minutes, hey, here we are hanging out right now. You have the ability to do the same thing, my friend, and touch base with other people. So this is a great time to learn this skill. Let me tell you, when I first got into grant writing, way back when I had a hairline, a long time ago, okay? When I first got back into grant writing, I started, and now in the process of it, I was trying to figure out how to get my footing in this industry. But now there's so many different clear pathways, and I want to share with you. I know we have a few of you who are brand new to grant writing. I'm going to share with you I'm just going to share with you one path. When I tell you there are many, many different paths of learning it, it used to be had to go to a classroom just to learn. Now you can learn online, okay? Now you can learn online. And I want to share with you what you should be looking for when you look to engage in getting grant training, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share with you one pathway, because some of you I know want to learn quickly. You like speed. I know you want to learn quickly. So I'm going to share with you one pathway that can help you to learn about this grant thing quickly. And I'm going to point you, I might even point you to a few stories of some people that wanted to do it quickly. One that continuously pops in my mind is Brooke Woods, who is in the, I want to say Brooke is in the Arizona area. Yeah, she's in the Arizona area. And she came to me in a kind of dire situation that she was going through. She was actually going through divorce. She makes mention of it in the video that I'm going to point you to. But she was like, Rodney, I need to learn this thing quickly. So I'm going through divorce. I need to get a job, okay? And she didn't want to just do what she was doing prior, I think, which was waitressing, and she wanted to move in a different direction. So she needed to learn it quickly, and she also needed to land a job. So we went to work. She went through one of our programs, and when she went through the program, it was our Rise and Star program, but she also kind of did a mixture of it because she did some of the things that were in the Trailblazers program. And what happened, she started making magic by rolling up her own sleeves, investing into herself, putting in the work, and she learned it quickly in less than like a month and a half or so. And then grabbed an internship. We helped her to get an internship. I know some of you are wanting to get some experience, some real life experience. So we helped her to get an internship. And then the next thing you know, after that, she landed a job. So this all culminated in less than like 2 to 3 months. So what I'm saying to you, I'm sharing this with you just to let you know what's possible. Hey, Sarah, glad you be here with us on the day and glad you're hanging out. Sarah is saying that she is the founder. Okay, great. And you're new to grant writing. Thank you for being right in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for you hung out with me on yesterday, Sarah. Thank you. I do remember you being over there yesterday. Thank you for coming to hang out, Sarah. And I hope you found the information helpful because we talked about becoming an all-star grant writer. And thank you for hanging out with it. Okay, Bethany, my friend Bethany, up in Detroit. Hey there, Bethany. Thank you for coming to hang out with me as well. Now, let's get back over here, guys, because I got some information. Now, Brooke, back to Brooke's story. Brooke Woods. If you just Google Brooke Woods, you may see it there. I'll see if I can maybe find it. I can maybe show you where that video is. But here's what happened. She got into it and got into the game quickly. Now, what I'm saying is that you can do the same thing, okay? It's about you dialing this up, your mind, making a decision and taking action to get to where you want to go. Now, it's not going to, I'll be honest with you, it's not going to fall out the sky, okay? A job is not going to fall out the sky. You are going to have to put in some work. And if you put in some work, that's great, you know? And I'm glad that you are making mention of this. Oh, great. You told your whole team about it? Sarah, listen, come here, girl. Let me give you a big hug around here. Okay, I'm going to give you a big hug. Thank you for telling your whole team about it. And I'm glad that you were able to enjoy the information on yesterday. We got some more coming real soon that's going to be helping you out. And in fact, the open house that I'm going to be sharing with you on this week is going to go deeper into some of these other things that are going to be going on. And I'm excited about that. Now, here's some other things I want to share with you that's important. Technology is making things easier, but I want to give those of you here right now just a quick pathway if you're new. Now, some of you already have businesses in this industry, and I want to share with you some resources as well and some tools to help you. Now, let's go on and take a look at a couple of things. MK, thank you, all the way from Liberia. That's excellent. It's a registered NGO in Liberia. Thank you for being here today. And I'm wishing you the best over in Liberia. Let's take this grant writing information and go make some money for your organization to continue the good work that you're doing over there. Thank you for what you do. Now, I want to share with you a pathway, and this pathway is going to help you guys to learn how to do more of this whole grant writing thing. But before I share with you the pathway, I want to share with you what we've got coming down the pipeline, okay? We got some exciting things coming down the pipeline, and those things can help you to win even more, okay? So let me pull that up real quickly, and then once I pull that information up, I'm going to show you that pathway. In fact, it looks like let me get myself situated around here. Let me get myself situated around here, and as soon as I get myself situated around here, I'm going to show you some of this stuff. And again, these people that you see here, these are real people just like you. Feel free to Google their names, Google them, real people, real results. And I want to let you know when I met them, most of them knew zero about grant writing. In fact, as I look at the list, all of them knew zero about grant writing, and they were able to get these results. And so what I'm sharing with you today is that they're no different than you, other than they took action and already signed up for the class. But other than that, it's the same deal. And if they've done it, guess what, my friend? You too can do it as well. Now, I want to share with you, here's what we got coming down the pipeline for you really, really soon. And once I come back, I'm going to share with you a clear pathway if you desire to become a grant writer, how to do it, okay? Now, the cool thing is we got some people who are already doing it here, and some of them may even be willing to partner with you, may even have you as an intern. I don't know, but let's take a look real quickly at this, and I'll be right back, my friend.
Hey guys, Rodney, Grant Central USA, and I'm excited to let you know that we have some live events, our Get Funded Masterclasses, which are offered on the fourth Friday of every month for our GFIC Get Funded Inner Circle members. These exclusive events are designed to help you. In fact, our theme this year is becoming a high-performance all-star grant writer. And this is the first session for January. Each month, we'll bring you a new session. The next month, we'll be sharing with you professional development and game planning exclusively for grant writers, and sharing with you information about how to become a more confident and courageous grant writer. And then the following month, we'll be sharing with you how to get highly skilled as a grant writer, what you need to do, and sharing with you ways to become more organized as a grant writer so that you have greater productivity and efficiency. We'll share with you how to become more persuasive as a grant writer, both in your writing as well as in your verbal communication with funders and those constituents that you're working with to help bring your story out. I'm going to be sharing with you how to tell dynamic storytelling as a grant writer and helping you to become more time efficient and highly effective as a grant writer. We're going to also share with you how to become more strategic as a grant writer and how to become more savvy in your practices. Each of these months, we're bringing you these dynamic sessions. We're going to also share with you how to use your relational equity to become more effective as a grant professional. And then finally, we're going to be sharing with you organizational planning for grant writers. You don't want to miss any of these Get Funded Inner Circle masterclasses that are going to be held on the fourth Friday of each month. So I'm going to encourage you right now, go and sign up at getfundedinnercircle.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Sign up.
Awesome, guys. Now let's get back into this. I'm excited, and I share with you that I was going to share with you a pathway to becoming a grant writer. Okay, I want to share with you a pathway. Now, this is one of many pathways. There's a lot of pathways. Okay, a lot of different pathways. But for those of you who are trying to learn this quickly, okay, I'm going to share with you a pathway that you can learn it in as little as a month. In fact, I got some classes coming up that are extended classes, some short classes, and I got some people that are cool people that are getting ready to start doing some of this training as well. And so I'm excited about that. And we'll be looking at some of those things that will be happening over here as well. Now, let's do this. Let's go over and let me show you what I was just sharing with you about becoming a grant writer quickly. Here's
Pathway
the
to becoming a grant writer
right
and professional. A pathway to becoming a grant writer and professional in 1 month. This game plan is designed to help you if you are on a 1-month game plan seeking to become a grant writer. The 1-month game plan entails listening to an interview that I have with the funder, Olga de la Cruz, as well as listening to an interview that I did with the grant professional, Judith Bowman. Now, Olga de la Cruz had given out millions of dollars in grant funding, and Judith Bowman has helped to secure millions of dollars of grant funding from the perspective of being a grant writer. Both of these interviews will help you. In addition to that, I'm going to bring you an interview with Lori Call, who is a professional grant writer who's helped to secure millions of dollars, as well as give you an opportunity to hear from Wendy Guerin, a president of an actual foundation who's helped to give out millions of dollars. Now, all of this combines into handouts as well as DVDs that you can listen to actually online. And in addition to that, get a chance to hear a formal hour-and-a-half training that I've conducted called the Ultimate Grant Writing That Gets Funded Training Program. Now, check this out. You're going to also get the Grant Writing Resource Manual. And inside of this resource manual, it's going to be packed with templates, forms, as well as other tools such as articles and samples of winning grant proposals. Proposals that you can actually model yours after. In addition to that, in week 1, you can go and listen to the training, and that training is going to be something that's going to help you to learn how to do grant writing. In week 2, my suggestion is that you take a look at both of the grant writing insights, one from a funder's perspective as well as one from an actual grant writer's perspective. And then in week 3, do the same again. In addition to this, once you do it, it will help you to know and have a well-rounded view of what grant writing is about. Plus, you get a chance to come to a special 1-hour webinar that I'll be doing to help you learn even more. And each month, the more you like to stick around and hang out, the more you learn, the more you grow, the more you're able to help bring funding to your organization. Now, all of this is a part of the incredible gift. The webinar that we offer is something that's going to help you, but the incredible gift includes a lot more. If you decide to become a gold member, you get everything that you see right here. Yes, everything. Over $800 worth of money-making ideas and suggestions that can help you to actually get funded. Now, with that said, I want to encourage you to go over to grantcentralusa.com and look at JFIC, which is the Get Funded Inner Circle. And when you become a part of the Get Funded Inner Circle, you can sign up and you can join and begin your grant writing journey. So sign up today, and I look forward to helping you soon.
My friend, just one way of many. And that information I just shared with you, all of that stuff there is in our GFIC. Our GFIC stands for Get Funded Inner Circle. Every month, I hang out with the Get Funded Inner Circle. And these are the people that I share even more in-depth information with. And they're able to get these resources that help them to win and to win big. Now, I want you to get your questions ready. Anything about grants, anything related to grants, I'm going to try to answer a few of your questions for you right now. I'm going to take a few minutes just to answer some of those, but I want you to get those questions ready because I want to find out what questions you have, because I want to make sure that this time you've taken some of your valuable time. I want to make sure that this time is helpful for you. Those questions can be related to starting out being a grant writer. It can be related to a grant business question that you have. I don't care, okay? And if I know the answer, I'm gonna give you the answer. If I don't know the answer, I'm saying I don't know that answer, okay? And I'll try to go get the resource to bring it to you. But anyway, get your questions ready, because the next few minutes I'm gonna be taking some of your questions that you have. Now, with that being said, a couple of things I want to share with you. There is a valuable resource, and the resource is absolutely free. Yes, free. I want to show it to you, okay? Here's that resource that I have for you right now that I want to encourage you, if you haven't gotten it already, to go and get it, because it is a great resource that actually can help you to do a more effective job in learning this grant thing, especially if you're brand new, okay? Especially if you're brand new, I want you to go check this resource. Is a resource that I believe will help you and can aid you. And that resource is designed to help you to learn how to start doing the initial things of grant writing. I'm going to share with you some practical steps to start getting into the game. I've already left it for you over in the chat, so feel free to go over and sign up, get the free resource. Let me tell you what you're going to get. You got some valuable goodies that are going to be given to you as soon as you sign up. Those goodies are going to help you do the following. Here's what you're going to get. You're going to get the information about where to find grants. I'm going to be sharing with you some information such as what goes inside of a grant proposal, how many pages it should be. It's going to help you to ensure that you get quality. How do you start out to ensure that you actually start developing a qualified and a good grant proposal? A whole lot of other information is going to be in there. That if you look on that left-hand side, you see the how to write a grant starters kit guide. That little booklet there is going to be delivered to you, over 28 pages of tips and advice. You're going to get a chance to hear from other funders, and not funders, but other grant professionals as they share some of their secrets as well. So feel free to go over and check that out. And then let me know what you think, because I believe it's going to really help you and at least get you going. If you've been wanting to do grant writing, here's a perfect tool that costs you next to nothing other than you signing up today and starting out. So check that out. I believe you will find great value in that. Now, that being said, I'm going to make time for some questions. I know you got some questions, and I got some answers. I'm going to share some answers with you. So feel free right now, over in that right-hand corner, fill it out and let me know what questions you have so that we can take a look at them and try to answer some of your questions. Remember, these don't have to all be about doing grants. It may be a business question. You may have a question like, Rodney, how did you get started? How did you start your business? That may be a question. I don't care what the question is, okay? And in fact, that's a good one to start with. How did I get into grant? I already tell you kind of how I got into grant writing. Did I? Well, I'll tell you just in a nutshell. I was working for a nonprofit, and this nonprofit had a contracted grant writer that would come around and write these grants for us. And she asked me, as one of the directors, and the other 2 or 3 directors that we had, hey, what are you doing in your department? Tell me about your programs. I started telling her. She wrote down some things on some paper, and next thing you know, she compiled that information, put it into a grant. Next thing you know, we were getting funded. I was blown away. I was like, she made magic. How did you do that? You took my words, her words, his words, wrote something down on paper, and somebody gives us green paper money? I was amazed by that. So that's how I got into it, because I wanted to do what she was doing. Now, check this out. Biochemist Sam, thank you for being here. Here's what happened. Biochemist Sam, I decided that I was going to ask her. I said, you know what? She knows what she's doing. I need to ask her. I had a hairline. I was too young and naive. Didn't realize that the lady was going to feel like a little threatened. So I asked her, and she was like, get back from me. I'm never going to share my grant writing insight with you trying to take my job, my gig. I didn't know any better. I was just trying to learn it so I could help the young people that I was working with. Okay. So that's what happened. That's what got me in. Nobody would help me. So I decided to help myself. And I decided just to write a grant proposal. The very first one I wrote fell flat on its face. It was a dud. It stunk. It still stinks. That proposal was horrible. It was the worst, man. And I was so proud of that little proposal. It took me over a month to do that proposal. but that proposal stunk. Okay, and the funder said so. She gave me words, right? This stinks. She didn't say it quite in those words, but in essence, what she told me when she gave me that letter of rejection, she gave me a Dear John letter. No, we're not funding you, Rodney. I went from I felt so small when I got that letter in the mailbox. Oh boy. Anyway, it just goes to show you that even though you start out maybe on the wrong foot, you can get on the right foot. Okay. Hey, hold on, get on the right foot. Is that a James Brown song? Okay, anyway, I got on my right foot. Okay. After I got on my right foot, my friend, things didn't happen overnight. Okay. It didn't happen overnight. What happened was this. I decided as I moved to California from Texas, I decided, you know what? I gotta learn this thing. But I went to grad school, so I had a break of a couple of years where I was not even thinking about grants because I was in grad school, working hard. Okay. But after I finished grad school, I said, you know what? I still need to learn this grant thing because at the end of the day, I need to get this money. And I figured if I can learn how to get the money, I would always be in demand. I would always be welcome because what place doesn't want money? Tell me what organization doesn't want money. In fact, it was Peter Drucker who said that money is like oxygen to an organization, especially a nonprofit organization that oftentimes has little oxygen. So if you can learn how to get some oxygen, tell me where you won't be welcome. He's got oxygen. She's got oxygen. They will welcome you. Okay. So we want to take this oxygen and use this oxygen to help organizations. So if you don't know how to learn no grant writing, I'm going to encourage you to take it and then learn it and then go get some oxygen to some organizations who need it. Okay. And start where you're at. And some of you that are new, maybe you should do an internship. Maybe that's where you should start. I don't know. I do know that we do have something that some of you, I believe, would be highly interested in that could really help you. And this, what I'm about to show you, I've shared with you some information about the free stuff. This, what I'm about to share with you, is not the free stuff, okay? Because it's involving my time. It's you and I hanging out very intimately in a really small group. Okay, typically no more than 5. And I'm working with you to really take your game of grant writing up quickly. Okay. And this is our grant writing apprenticeship program. And it is a special program. Okay. This is a special program in that that's helped a lot of these other people. I'm going to share some of what that stuff was so that you can use some of that stuff yourself. Okay. Now, some of these other people that we came alongside of and that we helped, they started out, and when they first started out, they knew zero about grant writing, but we gave them some tools, and the tools that we gave them aided them. Now, let me just share with you some of these people again, and I've already shared with you earlier some of what we've been doing with some of these organizations and some of these individuals that were working for nonprofits. I could share with you and show this screen to you and let you see some of the people, but when you really kind of get to looking at what they I'm guessing that nobody has any questions around here. Any interesting things going on that you know of that I should be knowing of, let me know about that as well, okay? Let me know. So, because I want to see you grow, I want to see you develop. Now, while I'm waiting for your question, here's what I want to share with you. I'm going to share with you now, how do you go from zero to hero? Okay? How do you go from zero to hero? Okay? How do you go from $0 raise to being a hero and getting that money? You might get a raise. Okay? How do you do that? Okay? I want to share with you how you do that. I want to share with you some practical ways of being able to launch into this. Okay. Now, some of you right now are on the outside and you want to get on the inside. Let me talk to you first, and then I'm going to share some information with those who are already in it, and I'm going to share with you a tip or two that may be able to help you to go get at least another client today. Okay. What you need to do right now to go and get some clients ASAP. But first, those who are just starting out. Now, for those of you just starting out, here's some ideas you may want to consider. You want to write a grant? Is there a nonprofit that would welcome somebody that they may not have to come and pay? Like if they were coming to me, they're going to have to pay thousands of dollars for me, my team, to put together a proposal for them. But maybe they would be willing to partner with you if you wrote them a letter and let them know that you were interested in doing an internship and spending maybe a couple of months writing some grants for them. All that you're asking for them to do is maybe to partner with you by paying for grant writing training for a month. Have you thought about that? Or have you thought about making an investment in yourself? Now, let's talk about investments, okay? A lot of people sometimes say things to me, and it really tickles me, like, oh, I ain't got no money right now. Okay, great. That's why I got the free stuff. You can check out the free stuff. But I think sometimes we make money excuses when we look at the facts. What I just shared with you earlier in terms of the GFIC, that GFIC on a monthly basis, if you were to participate in that, let me share with you. I said our lowest package was $49 a month. If you take 49, okay, which I have my little calculator right here, and I take my calculator and I take 49 and I divide it by 30. Let's say, for example, you decide 30 days, I'm going to really go at it. You know that comes to $1.63 a day. Listen, you can't even buy a burger for that these days, okay? You probably can't get some good fries for that amount these days, okay? So for less than some fries, are you worth investing some fries into your future? Let me tell you this. If I had known, if I had an inkling, just a small inkling of how much my life was going to change from getting the knowledge and insight that I got about learning grants, that first training when I was paying hundreds of dollars, I would have rushed to take that class a long time ago, because as a result of getting this knowledge and this skill, not only have I been able to help organizations raise millions of dollars, but by sharing and helping so many people, I got a great return myself that was not placed in their bank, but was placed in my bank. What am I saying to you? When you start doing good, helping other people, empowering other people, it's going to come back to you. It's going to come back to you. And some of you really want to help nonprofits, and maybe learn this skill is one way for you to start helping them. Now, some people also think that when you get the skill that you are confined and placed in a prison of just writing. And I want to be the first to take that and throw that out the window, because that's not the case, my friend. Here's the real deal. In fact, I just realized I got to get ready to go. It's 5 o'clock. I got a 5 o'clock appointment that's waiting for me right now. So I'm going to have to wrap this up. But let me say this real quickly. That's not the deal. When you learn this skill, you, my friend, are able to do a couple of things. You can do other things. you can teach people about how to get grants. That's what I spend a lot of time doing right now, teaching people, empowering them. That's another way. If you like to talk and teach, that's another possibility for you. Now, real quickly, I tell you, and I promise those of you who are already doing this as a business, I was going to give you at least one tip. Here's the tip. Those of you who are already doing this as a business and you want to get new clients, try offering a free training. Yes, free in your area. And you can get a free space like I did. I got a free, my very first time I did it, I taught at like a boys and girls club. I asked the executive director, hey, I'm thinking about doing this training. Would you let me do it? In exchange, I'll let a couple of your people from your organization sit in. A few people came to that training. One person in particular who came to that training really enjoyed the training. She went back and asked me, hey, could you bring this training over to our grad school? I said, sure, I'll be happy to. That ended up being where I did the event for free, but I offered something. And what I offered was a book. It wasn't even my book that I wrote. My professor let me sell his book that I went to Kinko's. You remember Kinko's? I went to Kinko's and made a copy of it, okay? And sold it. Anybody wanted to buy it, could buy it for like $20. And about 8 people, I think, bought that book that day. Wasn't much money, but it was a start. But the lady who asked me to come and teach at this grad school, however, I agreed. And a few months later, I went and taught over there, thinking that it was going to be like 10 to 15 people like it was at the first event. To my surprise, there were 78 people at this event. Okay. So it was a nice little payday because we did the same thing. And about 70 some odd people bought that book. And here I am now teaching and training for a few hours and smiling like, okay, I need to teach more of these classes. That was just one example of a direction that was other than actually writing. I was sharing information. Okay. There's consulting. Why don't you look at some different options maybe that you haven't looked at? Okay. And if you're really interested in learning this thing, consider taking my class, 6-Figure Grant Business, the 6-Figure Grant Business.com. If you go over there, got a free webinar that will help you learn what you need to do a good grant business. Okay. Now I got to get out of here. I'm already late. I want to thank you for your time. I'm going to be hanging out with you a lot more, and I'm going to be bringing more information to help you win. So stay tuned and keep an eye out, because most likely I'm going to be coming to you a lot more often live. And I want you to get your questions. I want you to bring them, and I want you to take one action step to make magic, to make things happen. Don't wait for things to happen. Go make some things happen. And if you'll do that, my friend, you'll see that your world begins to change. Remember, be brave, be bold, be brilliant. If you found anything that I said helpful, hit that like button right now. Do me a favor. Go just share it with somebody on social media. Hit that thing. You can send that thing over to Twitter, over to LinkedIn. Just do one thing. Hit that for me. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you on next time. All the best. And remember, be brave, be bold, be brilliant, take charge, and I'll see you soon.